Tonight, 11 Alive's Joe Ripley takes a look back at the president's legacy after nearly 4 years in office while paving the way for more history to be made.
Looking back and looking ahead. With President Joe Biden no longer seeking the Democratic nomination for president, political strategist Fred Hicks says Biden's legacy goes beyond his 4 years in the White House.
Going from potentially being a pariah in the party to the person who made history not once but twice, that is a tremendous send-off for someone who spent more than 50 years in Washington, D.C.
Biden oversaw the widespread distribution of the COVID vaccine, signed the largest infrastructure law in decades, and signed the Inflation Reduction Act, one of the largest investments to combat climate change. He also nominated the first black woman to the Supreme Court in Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Politics is a zero-sum game. Either you win or you lose.
Hicks says Vice President Kamala Harris stands the best chance to top the Democratic ticket in November. She has endorsements from Biden and a number of other key Democrats, but her nomination is far from automatic, just weeks out from the Democratic National Convention.
There's a roll call vote in the first part of August to decide if try to settle who's going to be the nominee, ideally before the convention. Democrats do not want to go into Chicago with this up in the air.
Emory University law professor Alicia Hughes says Harris's candidacy would be historic.
We make history in having the first black woman potentially, or being, the candidate of a major party and potentially getting our first black woman to be president of the United States.
And when it comes to making history and leaving a legacy, Hughes and Hicks say Biden has done both.
Making this a more perfect union and a government where folks feel as though they can be heard, where they can be seen, that's the legacy.
I don't know that we'll see another career like his.
Criticism for his handling of the economy, immigration, and foreign affairs, among other topics. Hicks says Harris will have to answer to those concerns on the campaign trail, but at the end of the day, this is about getting 270 electoral votes, and Georgia stands to play a key role in the race for the White House.